Painting time. I've got everything primed with my gray Stynel Res primer, and I'm going to work on the face first along with the hat and the cigarette. So the face is the most important part, so you get that right, everything else just kind of seems to fall in place. So now that everything's ready, I'm going to go ahead and pull some paint and start putting some paint on here. Okay, the first color I sprayed was this GarageKits.us Dark African Flesh. So now I'll move on to a lighter color. This is so I can get some shadows in there. The next layer on the face is the GarageKits.us Light African Flesh. Now I'll move on to a lighter layer of paint. This layer is the GarageKits.us Bronze Flesh. Now I'll move up to a final highlight. The final highlight color is the GarageKits.us Garage Kit Flesh. So I'll let this dry and I'll seal it and then do a little pastels and then work on the eyes and the teeth. Alright, what I did is I put a Vallejo wash. This is a flesh tone shade. I put that on and I let it dry. Then I took the bronze flesh and sprayed from the top. And then I took the pale flesh and sprayed from the bottom. Very similar to what I did with the Adam West Batman. And then I covered it with a satin finish. So now I'm going to let that dry and I'll come back in with a reduced wash, 1:1, one wash, one water. Put a wash on, and after that dries I'll come back with this sepia wash, 1:1, one wash to one water, and then I'll be able to seal it again and then work on the eyes and the teeth and the hair. For the hat I used some Game Color Warlord Purple, and I reduced that 1 part paint to 1 part windshield washer fluid. Sprayed it very lightly through the airbrush. So it's hard to see on here, but I've got some really nice modeling. Some places are a little faded because the references I have, it kind of looks like his hat's a little faded in areas. I had finished the head and I didn't really like the way it looked, so what I did is I went back and I sprayed the face with the bronze flesh color, that only. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Game Color from Vallejo Bone White and I'm going to paint the eyes and the teeth. There I have the bone white on the eyes and the teeth. So once that's dry, I'm going to take this Vallejo wash, the flesh tone shade, and I'm going to cover the entire head with that. I thinned this down about 2 parts of the wash to 1 part water. And you want a nice big thick brush, and you want it full, and you want to coat the entire thing, soak the entire head. So that way once it dries everything will be even. And as you go you want to kind of move stuff around, get rid of air bubbles, kind of move the wash into the shadow areas. I'll keep working on this and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's dry. Now that the wash is dried, I redid the eyes and the teeth with the bone white. So it's a good color for teeth and eyes, because eyes and teeth are not completely white, especially if you watch the TV show Burgess Meredith was a smoker, so he did have some smoke stains on his teeth, and he was an older guy, and your eyes have a tendency to kind of get yellowish as you get older. But especially in a model kit, it's a really good color for eyes and teeth. Now I'll move on to doing the hair. Starting with the Vallejo wash, the umber. It's straight wash, fill up the brush, and then just start filling in the hair. The highlights take care of themselves, but the washes all get down in the grooves and everything, and so as you go, you slowly build up what winds up looking like hair. So I'll finish this up and then we'll move on to another wash for the hair. Now I'm using the black Vallejo wash. Same thing I did with the brown. On you just get some on your brush, and then you just stipple, you just dab it on. You don't paint it on, you just dab it on, and it winds up looking like eyebrows and hair. So I'll work on this and come back and show you the completed hair. I didn't like the color of the hat, the purple, so I mixed my own. What I did is I took some model color magenta, filled it to about right here, and then 10 drops of this dead white and 10 drops of this basic skin tone. And like I said, I filled it to about right here, and then I hold my thumb on there, and then I put in the same amount of windshield washer fluid, and then mixed it all up and sprayed it on the hat, and it looks closer to the color on the TV show. Same for the bow tie. His face came out pretty good. Of course, I still have to put the eyes on there, seal everything, and then put some gloss on the eyes and a little bit on the teeth and mouth. Because if you watch the show, Burgess Meredith's bottom lip is almost always wet. So it's looking pretty good. My cat decided to help out. As you can see, I got the eyes on. What I use for the eyes, they are decals. They're Archer fine transfers. Find your spot, Hershey. Anyway, I got his eyes on and have couple of coats of gloss on his eyes, and I also put it on his teeth and lips. I also noticed that I dropped him and I have a chip in the hat, so I need to fix this chip right here and then respray it. But that's going to do it for part 2. Part 3, I'm going to be dealing with the rest of the main body and the base. There's some work I need to do on the base to get the feet to work correctly so they stay. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank you guys for subscribing, and I will see you for part 3.